Right. Just a thought as I'm coming out of a much needed meditation. Um, I feel like I hear from a lot of people that are expressing interest in deepening their yoga practice, and it inspires me, and it inspires me so much. Not even to be creative or fresh or new, but instead to take a look at the foundation of things. Because I think as we've started to notice more and more that if we want to be successful at anything, we have to be intentional. And in order to really do something with great intention, we should have a solid foundation. Um, it's important to start from the beginning. So with yoga, with this idea of deepening our yoga practice, so it becomes something that we're living and being more than something that we're just doing. Um, it could really help to start with the Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras are like the guidelines of yogic living, and I'll talk about that some more later. Um, but the first Yoga Sutra says Atha Yoga Nusasanam. The expedition of yoga begins, and it seems really simple and straightforward. But I think in order to really understand that idea, um, we have to look at what the word yoga means. And yoga, you can break it down into the union of, to unite, to bring together, to yoke together, to connect, the relationship of. And I think if we were to ask ourselves, what is yoga this union of? Most people will come up with that it's this union of our mind and our body and our spirit and our soul. And I think that's exactly right. And I think that idea, when we acknowledge that, is that yoga isn't just this thing that we're doing on the mat, but this union of our mind and our body and our spirit and our soul is really what makes up our lives. So Atha Yoga Nusasanam goes from the expedition of yoga begins to the expedition of our lives begins. There's this really, really neat interpretation of the sutras called the Yoga Sutras Heartfully Expressed. I think it's by an author named Nishala Joy Devi. And Atha Yoga Nusasanam becomes the sacred study of yoga or our lives begins with humility, with an open heart, an open mind, non-judgment. So no room to judge ourselves, no room to judge each other. And I think that is an extremely difficult thing, especially to not judge ourselves. But I think that's why it makes sense that it's the first rule of this study of life, of this journey, this expedition of life. It should be something that really makes us sit and think and challenges us and helps us to build a strong foundation for moving forward. Um, so that's the beginning. Let's deepen our practice together with a strong foundation. So here's to us beginning again together. Namaste.